Welcome to the Quality Confirmation Process Overview. The overall process follows the path shown here. We start with 2 prep calls to review all of the relevant information to get started. Programs then begin to upload evidence, participate in interviews with the QC team, and then the QC team reviews all of the uploaded evidence. Programs are invited to reach out to QC team and their TA for support throughout this process. Once all information is gathered and reviewed, the QC team finalizes the summative report and delivers it to the program. For fiscal year 24, there have been some changes to the details in quality confirmation, but the overall steps remain the same. The quality confirmation process began through a network-wide collaboration to define the standards and process. Several programs opted to participate in a quality confirmation process pilot during 2016-2017. Through the pilot, we learned from programs about their experiences, made adjustments, and then in 2017, all programs were invited to sign up for cohorts. We made adaptations during fiscal year 21 due to the pandemic to utilize electronic evidence, and by the end of fiscal year 22, most programs had completed their first quality confirmation process. The QC team reviewed the information gathered through the first round, further refined the process for electronic uploading of evidence, and piloted programmatic video reflection with the BTAP in QC Round 2, which started in fiscal year 23. The process was then further reviewed for fiscal year 24 and beyond, resulting in new efforts to become ever better. In reflection at the end of fiscal year 23, the Learning Institute determined that the use of the BTAP in video reflection by the QC team and by programs did not allow for conversation and experiential learning in the process. The BTAP was always intended for programs to use as a reflective tool and not an evaluative tool. The quality process did not allow for reflection with programs through the BTAP, so we decided to separate the BTAP from the QC process entirely. In doing so, the QC team will now use the funder's video review for quality confirmation. Programs will no longer submit video to the QC team as part of the QC process. This allows for programmatic video reflection with the BTAP to remain solely in professional learning opportunities in coaching, TA, supervision, and our communities of practice. In shifting video reflection by the team out of the QC process, standards with video-related evidence moved into a new section titled Section 5, Baby Talk Skills. This shift will also result in 2 tiers of quality confirmation that we will discuss in a moment. There are fewer standards in sections 1 through 4, now totaling 61. In fiscal year 26, a new standard will be effective, bringing the total standards in sections 1 through 4 to 62 total standards. We will look at the overall sections and standards headings now. The quality standards are divided into 5 sections, with standards under each covering programmatic and service delivery elements. You'll see Section 1 contains the trustworthy system of support. Section 2 is about professionals. Section 3 is curriculum, approach, and delivering appropriate services. Section 4 is becoming ever better, and Section 5 is baby talk skills. The 6 standards in Section 5 are all existing standards in the Quality Standard document. The previous standard name is indicated for your reference. 2 standards appear in both Section 3 and Section 5 as they require both documentation and video as evidence of the standard. The documentation-related evidence remains in Section 3. The video-related evidence is in Section 5. These standards have been mapped from the BTOP to the Hover subscales used in ISB PI monitoring to provide the necessary evidence to determine passing the standard. The new tiers will be determined using these sections. The original sections, 1 through 4, will have 61 standards in fiscal year 24 and 25. Passing 90% of those standards, including foundational standards, will result in a designation of Quality Confirmation Tier 1. The programs who have earned Tier 1 and also pass the 6 standards in Section 5 will earn the designation of Quality Confirmation Tier 2. If programs only earn Tier 1 in their QC process, they can resubmit Hover scores from ISB monitoring for review to earn Tier 2 after their next ISB monitoring. The foundational standards remain the same for fiscal year 24 and 25, with the additional foundational standard starting in fiscal year 26. Programs may use these next 2 fiscal years to meet this new standard by engaging in professional learning opportunities. The new standards and sections are noted here. Standard 3C5 has been created to capture overall service delivery, evidence from video. Section 5 will look at combinations of subscales for evidence for the standards. We know that the use of video reflection by professionals directly impacts service delivery to families. We've created a new foundational standard, 4B3, effective in fiscal year 26, that is related to engaging in regular video reflection. The Learning Institute will implement new learning opportunities in fiscal year 24 for programs to support this standard before the start of fiscal year 26. We will also be adding BTOP training as one of the knowledge base areas in professionals' orientation plans. Programs will need to add this training to their plans by fiscal year 26. Standard 3C5 is the new video-related evidence standard for Tier 1 quality. This standard uses all of the Hover subscales as evidence of overall service delivery to families. Foundational Standard 4B3, Professional Skill Development, will be effective in fiscal year 26. Programs in the quality confirmation process during fiscal year 24 and 25 will not be expected to address this standard. You'll find a summary of these changes on the standards document for easy reference. All quality confirmation process documents are also available in New Org under the Files tab, and are contained in the Quality Confirmation Documents folder. The most recent version of each of these documents will be in this folder. Please reach out to your TA or any member of the Learning Institute team for support at any time. Thank you.